How everybody doing out there, YouTube? Going live today. Let's talk about a couple quick things. I want to talk about how it is living in Milwaukee, being black. Well, I don't even want to talk about how it is being black in Milwaukee. I want to talk about why we should move being black. And I'm gonna go live over a course of a couple of days, and because I want to aim in on specific topics, like the one real reason why black people like realistically need to consider moving out of Wisconsin in general, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the whole thing, is because of the racial discrepancies in jobs. Now, racism everywhere. Everybody tell you it's racism South, it's racism East, racism. It don't really matter what the racism is. It's racism everywhere. That's fine and dandy. But it's a different type of racism in Milwaukee, especially when it comes to the job market. Now, Milwaukee is extremely segregated, literally. Like you got like the Mexicans on the south side, you got your blacks on the north side, and then you got your white folks. White folks everywhere. They sprinkle around everywhere, but they mainly like in the suburban areas like Brookfield, Wauwatosa, Whitefish Bay, and it's segregated. Like it's just how it is. Extremely segregated. If you go to the north side, you can go to places on the north side where you can literally see no white people. Period. Not one white person. And you can go places in Brookfield where you can see not one black person. That's how segregated Milwaukee is. Now, the main issue with that is now it's one thing if it's segregated, but the racism part comes into play in the workplace. That's when the racism comes into place. Now, walking up the street, talking to people and everything, it'd be small, some racism, of course, because there's racism everywhere. But the workplace, I'm telling you, please listen to me. Me as your witness. Living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin pretty much my whole life. Moved to Madison, Wisconsin for about 4 years, but for most of my life, I lived in Milwaukee, literally in Milwaukee. Here, it don't matter if you're educated, bachelor degree, associate degree. I don't care really what degree you have. If you're black, you're going to be treated different in the workplace, especially if you are an educated black man and you actually moved up in the company. Let's say like you're a manager in the company, you're not going to be treated equal to the other managers, especially if your whole management staff is white. It's just how it is here. A good example is me personally. Like when I lived in Madison, it was amazing. Like I felt great. The people was great for the most part, and it's only 6% of black people that live in Madison alone. But I didn't, on a day-to-day basis, in my personal opinion, I didn't deal with in the workplace. I didn't deal with that much racism. Like, of course, you always got slight prejudice comments, and people say certain things because they are black and they might not have any interactions with black people. But for the most part, I didn't have any that I can really think of. I didn't have any racial problems. I was able to stand on my own too, tell, and the racial problems I did have, I was able to check them in, let them know how I felt, and we kept it moving. Milwaukee is a whole different, man. I'm telling you, this is a whole different beast, man. It's not easy. Like at my job, I'm like the only black supervisor for the most part, and they make sure they know that I'm treated differently. They treat me like the employees. It's just how it is. And they don't even do it on purpose. This ain't something that they premeditate or they trying to be manipulative with. It's how they are at their core. They don't fuck with us. Period. You talking about promotions, you talking about moving up. I've seen plenty time already in my own company I've been there. Like I got hired, I was already a manager, established because I worked at UPS since pretty much I was 18 and worked my way all the way up into management there. So when I transferred, I transferred into, I'm not gonna tell you the job I work at now currently, but I transferred into my job as a manager already. That's why I was hired on. And I didn't have to worry about all the bull that come or the bull that come with all the bull that comes with not being hired on directly. I mean, all the bull that comes with trying to move up within that company because what I see from once I got there, it's leads that's been there for 10 years that's black and has not been even offered the supervisor or manager position. Literally. It's just how it is in Milwaukee. It's so many capable black employees at my company that I'm currently working at that it's overpassed by white employees that's not as capable as they are, but they're white. And literally, if you're white in Milwaukee in the workplace, you will trump and over and have a better shot and go and pretty much be leveled up over any black employee, no matter his skill set or anything. Like I'm white, watching it happen. Again, when I was in Madison, my skill set was appreciated. It was respected. People actually gave me opportunity to show my skill set and show who I really am as a person, opposed to my skin color. And at my job now, they just go by my skin color. I'm black, so I'm treated like the employees. Period. And that's one of the big reasons why, in my personal opinion, black people need to leave Milwaukee, because you can't get you're really not going to be able to elevate yourself in a job, and no matter what position you have. Technically here, you're not really going to be able to move up. And now we all got, like me personally, I'm a manager. Obviously, I moved up. I was able to figure it out. I make decent money. But that's not going to be the case for all black people here in Milwaukee. It's just not. And I'm not the type of person where I use my personal experience. Yeah, I grinded. I worked hard. I did certain things. And I also had to sacrifice integrity in several ways along the way. So we got to be clear when people come and say, "Well, I live in Milwaukee and I'm doing just fine and I'm all right. Ain't nothing going wrong with me." But that's you. That's an isolated situation. I'm talking about the overall of our whole community. And overall, we not doing too hot. It's just how it is. And it's built up for us not to do too hot here. So I'm moving to Arizona. So y'all know, if you was wondering, like, I'm out of here. Hopefully in June I can get out of here. I mean, I'm gonna make a sacrifice regardless. I don't have all the funds and everything set up how I want it to be to move to Arizona, but I really don't care at this point. It it gets to the point where, do you want to be happy? You want to be financially secure, or you want to be happy and eternally fulfilled? Like, it get to that point because I make good money here in Milwaukee, but I feel like shit on a daily basis. I am not myself here. I'm just not myself. Like when I moved back, or like when I was living in Madison, I told myself, like, it was like always a bad nightmare if I had to move back to Milwaukee. And here I am, actually moved back to Milwaukee, which is fucking crazy. Like in my head, it literally was a nightmare to have to come back here. I did not want to come back here. It was like the worst thing that could ever happen to me, and the shit happened to me. I came back. It's weird because it's like a double-edged sword. Like I came back to my worst nightmare, and then was able to make the most money I ever made as an adult. Period. So far. So, it's crazy. It's weird. But well, pretty much just showing me like the environment and the neighborhoods and everything that go down Milwaukee is so bad. The culture, I don't give a fuck what it is. Everything is not how it needs to be, and it don't make me happy personally. So out of all that shit, all that shit combust together, it's like, nah, man. You want the happiness or you want the money? It's like, you want peace of mind, feel good when you wake up, enjoy the people you're around, enjoying the city you're around, enjoying the culture, the atmosphere. Because what people don't get, it's energy. This whole city is an energy. So however the energy that's going off, it will, whatever energy is coming off of the city will influence you. Because when I went to Madison and I drove to Madison, when I got there, I felt that peace. The energy was different. I was comfortable in my skin there. Like, I don't know, like I felt free. I felt open. It was a different type of energy around the whole place. When I moved here, it's an energy, is a more of a negative energy that kind of just covers the whole place. And then I'm just being honest, it's just how it is. And if you're from Milwaukee and you into energy, and all that stuff, and you ever left here and came back, your mood, you can feel your mood change. You can feel the shift. You can feel the emotional shift. You can feel it, the climate change. Driving into Milwaukee, it's the craziest thing to ever experience. I'm telling you, the shit is 100. Like, I felt it, I dealt with it, and that's why I know I'm supposed to be here. And you can't be here too long because you'll forget how that other thing was. And I'm in that mode right now because I've pretty much been in Milwaukee. I've been grinding, stacking my money, trying to get out of here because I told you I'm trying to move to Arizona. At first I was trying to move to Colorado, but it switched to Arizona due to me finding out a couple things. Got a couple homies that stay out there. But I'm telling you, you gotta get the fuck. It ain't nothing here from us for us. And the one thing, that's why I use jobs to be the first. Cause I'm gonna told you, I'm gonna do several live casts, talk about different reasons. I just want to go in on one reason. I want to go in on one reason at a time. Jobs. This jobs. Number one reason. Number one reason not to move to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The job market You will not be happy. Even if you come here and you make 50, 60, 70,000 dollars an hour, I don't care. That's good for you. Kudos. But let's tell me about the race relations at that job. Tell me about how your coworkers treat you. Tell me about if you, especially if you work at a job that's predominantly white, tell me how that go for you. Just tell me. Because I'm telling you, I'm not a racist guy. I'm not a prejudiced guy. I treat everybody equal. I'm open-minded. I don't react with my emotions. I don't let another man or woman control my emotional reactions with anything. So I'm open-minded completely. And I try to even talk to a lot of these people to figure out their personality and figure out why they are the way they are. And what I'm starting to feel out, it's a whole energy of the city. It's not just these people, it's not just these isolated incidents, it's just how the overall vibe and the feeling and the perception of black people are in the city that transfers to each person. And it's just how it is. They feel how they feel, and they gonna treat you how they gonna treat you. And they don't understand it. Ain't no reason to have no conversation, and the reason going to no HR department, and the reason trying to talk to your vice president, the boss, because if that person not black, and especially if he's not black in black situations and come from a culturally black environment where we know we've been oppressed at, the motherfucker not gonna understand because you can run into some Uncle Toms who has not necessarily lived a black experience who won't relate to you. You'll try to go to them, but they're comfortable with the white folks and everything because they're used to being that Uncle Tom ass nigga. Like they used to living like that. They used to chucking a job and dancing to make sure that the white man they have their approval for the white man. I'm talking to the ones who don't live like that and who come from a different background to where that shit ain't cool. And where you don't understand, we don't do that. We ain't trying to go above and beyond to impress nobody. Here, we don't have to. So I'm come from that. And if you come from that like I do, you come from the hood and you come from these neighborhoods and you trying to better yourself and go to different places, you're going to understand things differently. You're going to see things different, like in the work world. And when you interact with people, you'll be able to call out the racism way faster than like the Uncle Tom types might be able to. So it's just real talk. It's just how it is. So I'm gonna wrap it up with that. I don't want to go into too much detail. Again, just brief little videos I'm gonna be dropping, letting y'all know why to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm gonna force every black person I know to get the hell out of Milwaukee. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna keep dropping these videos. I ain't saying I'm gonna be perfect. I ain't saying I got all the knowledge in the world about no topic specifically, but I'm gonna use this platform and take my personal views and my experiences that I've personally dealt with in Milwaukee and Wisconsin in general, and try to tell you guys what I know, and hopefully I can motivate everybody to come up with a plan and a good plan to get the fuck out of Milwaukee, because I know I'm leaving. We all need to leave. I don't care if your mama here, I don't care if your daddy here, I don't care how much family you got here. We got to start looking at the overall situation that's going on with our people, and not only our people, but overall situation. But and what I mean by our people is us as black people, and not only the overall situation that's plaguing us, but what's actually going on in our cities, and is it actually smart for us to stay here opposed to us just being comfortable and we just being used to this, and we got to start looking at it like that because everybody got kids. I don't have kids, but as we get older and you starting to get older, most people have kids and stuff, and they have husbands, wives, and they want to establish a family. And this ain't the fucking place to do that. And that's what we got to start doing, understanding. So, with that being said, I'm out. Hopefully, this video is able to help somebody. Hopefully, this video helps motivate somebody to get out of Milwaukee. And thanks for your time. I'm out. Tapped In TV. Oh yeah, please like, please subscribe to the channel. Again, I got a lot of content on this channel. I drop my music. I do music. I drop my music here on this channel. I do a wrestling podcast. I still love wrestling podcasts. Interested in that? You can check it out on this channel too. And then also, I'm gonna start providing this series about why black people need to move out of Milwaukee. And also, once I get ready to transition and move to Arizona, I'm gonna do a video blog basically tracking my journey, moving from Milwaukee, moving to Arizona. And then when I get to Arizona, I'll do videos, updates on how it is to live in Arizona, as well as the cultural difference between Arizona and Milwaukee from my experience. That once I get there, that I experience, I'm gonna talk about my whole experience basically that's going on. So again, like, subscribe, Tapped In TV. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm out.